organic matter in the soil. And you're going to be either using all of the Miracle Grow you can use if you trying to produce a plant, if you don't amend your soil with some organic material. You need to really place organic material in your soil. A lot of times in your planting also, there is a time period that you need for these things to start decomposing in your soil. So you just don't go out and put a whole bunch of organic stuff, especially if it's like oak leaves and things like that, and try to plant next week. It's not going to work because they're not going to be decomposed enough to really benefit and release the nutrients that's in them to really give you the results that you're looking for. One of the things that I found out too that worked, I had a friend that had horse stables. Horse manure really worked really good for me because he had horse manure, and that's an organic material. You cannot use, you know, your litter box stuff and that what your dog leaves. You need to use some cow, horse, you can use chickens and other animals like that, things that are eating not meat. You need things that eat grasses, not meat, to do your compost from. And it takes some time, from 90 to 120 days and 2 months to 12 months for you to produce a compost pile. And you watch your compost pile, and I have a good, what I did first of all, and there's a couple of ways of composting. You can cold compost, or you can really put compost in a pile where it's going to really heat up. If you want to produce compost fast, you need to put it in an area where that compost is also going to get a lot of sun, because then it starts to break down a lot faster. You know, use all those watermelon rinds, all those avocado peels, and all your banana peels. You'd be surprised how much stuff that you can really use to start the compost. Now, if you are good at clipping your grass and you haven't put a lot of chemicals on your grass, then you can use your grass compost. I would not suggest, if you have your grass and you treated your grass, you know, for the fire ants, or you put an insecticide or something on your, if you got grubs, what's the one when you kick them and the moth come up? Side webworm or something like that. And you put down a chemical on your grass to actually kill those things in your grass, then I would not suggest that you use those grass clippings. Also, if you got a lot of sand squirrels or things like that in your yard, do not use those things in your compost, because they don't always get to that 140, 160 degrees where it's going to kill those seeds. So guess what? When you put that compost back into your garden, you are also putting those seeds back in your garden, or you're putting that chemical back into your garden, and you are ingesting it every time you do a plant in your garden.